Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Before I begin this video and you'd like to use OCD Recovery's coaching services, please subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Let me know more about your story with OCD. So yeah, in this video, I just wanted to speak about how alone I felt in the beginning of the recovery journey, how nothing really worked, and just my experience with that, and just really emphasizing the fact that there is hope and there is a way out of OCD. So yeah, I remember when OCD first latched for me, and it just felt very hopeless. It's very confusing, OCD, because half the time you don't even know how or why you feel the way that you feel, and it's very difficult to process and make sense of it. All of a sudden you can be all right, and then in the next moment OCD bang latches on, and you're suddenly having intrusive thoughts. How did I not think about this before? And it feels very real, jacked up with that realness factor, that chronic anxiety, right? And especially in the early stages with the taboo themes, extremely difficult to lay your cards on the table and open up with it to somebody, especially with someone who doesn't understand OCD, right? Because you almost feel that guilt and shame that if I say something to somebody, if I tell my therapist, they're going to judge me. Oh, what if my fears are so bad they're going to end up taking me to jail? What if I speak about my fears and it means that they come true? What if it means that I want that? So there's all of that going on, and it's very difficult to really express how you're feeling, and you want to keep it all bottled up, right? So trust me, we've all been there. Myself, Nick, Sam, Mum, and Rob, obviously. It feels like that. It feels like that at the very start, and it's very overwhelming. For me personally, I was crying all the time. Why me? How could my life that I just had a moment ago be robbed away from me so quickly? All the intrusive thoughts, all the doubt, all the uncertainty, the anxiety that gradually got worse over time. The realness factor of it is something that never really leaves you, even after you recovered. Sometimes I think back and think about how real it felt, and I just think how difficult it was to experience that in the moment. So I remember in the beginning, jumping from therapist to therapist, seeking tons of reassurance, trying to tell them what I was thinking. And then, a lot of the time my family would respond with reassurance. Okay, so my theme was HOCD. So they'd say, yeah, you're not gay. I definitely know you like girls. The same sort of thing with the therapist. I'd get the classic, you worry too much, stop overthinking. Just snap out of it sort of thing. And, that's not going to work with chronic OCD, right? I spent a lot of time in my room doing compulsions, feeling really compelled to do them, to double check my sexuality, really bad life structure, panic attacks, vomiting, missing college, really bad heart palpitations, that machine gun-like intensity from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, avoiding friends, convinced I was attracted to my friends at one point, feeling so real, having that really tightness in your chest, not being able to breathe, and then trying to get like the just right OCD with that, trying to get over the notch, bit of sensory motor OCD, bit of health OCD in there as well because of the strong sensations, and you're trying to sort of keep your head above water. And yeah, very desperate times for me. And when we're feeling desperate, that can call for desperate measures. Short-term distractions, not the healthy distractions like we say in life structure, but short-term distractions, computer gaming like Nick did, supplements, CBD oil, just taking loads of those at the same time just to try and take the edge off the anxiety. Medications, I'm not saying there's anything inherently wrong with medication. Yes, there can be a lot of benefits to that. But I was on like a very high dosage, just trying to immediately eradicate that anxiety, wanting the quick fix, wanting it to be gone forever. And there is that element of desperation there, like I just said. So yeah, one thing that I did when I felt really hopeless was ebooks. So I purchased so many different ebooks across different channels like OCD websites, and a lot of the guidance in that was to change focus, force distraction, try and outthink thoughts, change your focus. And I remember I even bought a pack saying OCD gone in 7 days, and I followed this pack religiously whilst I was at university, and thinking that after it would be gone. But OCD doesn't really work like that. I felt doomed. I compulsively read it as well, double checking that I read it right, double checking that I took every bit of information in, and that I wouldn't do it wrong in a way. What else did I do? Yeah, going to hypnotherapy, right? So I remember I twice tried a top London clinic for hypnotherapy. Okay, so there was one time when I was sitting in a room listening to quiet music, and the person doing the session would be talking to me and in a way trying to access my subconscious mind. And I was really convinced that by doing this that would help me, right? And I'd really get to that core fear. But you know, in OCD that doesn't really work, and you spend thousands because you're very, very desperate and you want that quick fix and you just want it gone right now. And I remember just walking down Harley Street after this session thinking, yeah, this is it, I've recovered, you know. I had a little bit of relief for a moment because my nervous system was very calm. And then, you know, before I knew it, the next trigger came in, set me back down to earth. And yeah, just really tired and upset, depressed, anxious over the whole ordeal of not being able to find a recovery. And then yeah, I had another session in Harley Street. Yeah, same sort of thing. Trying to go for that quick fix, accessing the subconscious mind, listening to music, listening to tapes, trying to really get that deeper level of brain simulation, I suppose. But to be fair, in OCD, it's just a load of nonsense. You know, I tried just normal therapists as well. Basic CBT therapists. Yes, there are some good points. There are some valid CBT therapists who know a lot about you know, OCD, but you know, without rational or emotive behavioural therapy, it doesn't really cut it. And therapists, you know, they can tend to give like reassurance without really knowing about it and not really knowing the nuances of OCD. You know, a lot of therapists don't typically know about some things like sensory motor. And yeah, you jump from solution to solution, you know, looking for that shiny new toy just to wipe away my issues, looking for that instant gratification, trying to problem solve. You know, in the world that we live in today, a lot of it is instant gratification. A lot of it is trying to solve a problem in the way as quick as you can. But you know, with OCD, that doesn't really help, and we need to get out of that mindset with that. So yeah, another thing was trying to use like manifestation techniques. So, you know, using like laws of attraction. I'm not knocking it as a book or anything, but you know, for OCD it doesn't cut it. I remember I'd be trying to like visualize and manifest my way out of recovery. And I'd do that really intently in my room and thinking that once I did that, I'll get the relief that I was after. But yeah, as Rob says, OCD just cut through like a hot knife through butter, and I wasn't really able to do that. So, you know, I was doing all these quick things, these quick techniques, and you know, it got to a point where I felt like I tried everything, and you know, I just felt so hopeless, you know, suicidal, and thinking, you know, how on earth am I possibly gonna get out of this, right? And then yeah, so in the end, obviously I came across OCD recovery when I was at university. And you know, it's very, very important to, you know, use services where OCD is understood on a deeper level. You know, people that have got skin in the game, people that have experience of the disorder, know how it operates on a granular level. So yeah, once I found that, you know, once very, very lucky to have the tools available for recovery. And you know what, after how long I was stuck and nothing working, I used that as a motivation to really push me on in my recovery journey. Because I thought, you know what, I've suffered for so long, there's no way that I cannot possibly give this my all. You know, I'd really think back to how I felt in the situation that I was in, you know, what it done to me, what it did to my family, you know, what I missed out on in a way, because I actually did miss out on a few things with OCD, right? You know, when I was penned up in my room all the time, avoiding friends, family, dating, just because I was really uncertain. I feel like I missed out on a lot. And, you know, when you do get to recovery, there's an element of that, you know, making up for lost time, right? So when you really look back at what OCD has done and what it can take away from you, that should be used as fuel to your motivation, right? And yeah, like I said there, we're very, very fortunate to be at a time where we're able to recover from OCD, because, you know, without like having the correct tools, I don't know where I would be, right? So yeah, there's always hope. At the start of your recovery journey, it's going to feel like that you're staring up to Mount Everest, right? But, you know, to get to that summit, all you have to do is not worry about how to get there and just take it step by step. It's like when you're driving a car at night, the way becomes clear as you sort of move into that perpetual state of the present moment, right? So as you keep moving forward, the way becomes clear. It's very much like that with OCD recovery. You don't need to know how it's going to work on a step by step basis, right? But you know, you apply the right principles, cut out compulsions, avoidance behaviors, reassurance, good life structure, all of those things, and that gives you the ingredients to really push on towards OCD recovery. And you know, I look back as well, and I felt really alone. Like the fact we have all these WhatsApp group chats now, that which I'm lucky enough to moderate. You know, so many people with similar stories who are able to relate to each other, able to help each other, and you know, it's a priceless tool to have. You know, there's not really anything like that out there. So yeah, very very fortunate to have that. Yeah, so wherever you are in your recovery journey right now, it's important to remember that yes, there is hope. Yes, it's going to take a lot of work, but our brains are malleable. Our brains can change with the right beliefs and behaviors. We can get back towards that baseline state before OCD set in. And you know, we need to give up the idea of the quick fixes for now. You're in it for the long game, but you know, the recovery journey is one that's going to empower you, right? And you know, sometimes when I read things on like businessmen, they don't say about the destination of, you know, earning lots of money and the status. It's about what they learn along the way to shape them into the person that they are, right? And that's very much the case with OCD recovery. These tools and these skills are really going to set you up for the rest of your life. If anything, put you in a better position than someone who's not had OCD, someone who doesn't know about rational or emotive behavioural therapy, right? And I'm really, really grateful to have gone through the experience that I have done, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And you know, everybody across OCD recovery, you know, Nick, Sam, Momin, Gemma, Rob, all the coaches and moderators, they're all like absolutely rooting for you, and you know, really want you to move towards recovery, because we've suffered and we know what it's like to be there. And you know, we want you to be in a similar position that we find ourselves today. And you know, our motivation is to help people to do that, and it's absolutely possible, right? So yeah, we're here with you every step of the way. You're never alone, and just stick at it. So yeah, thanks everyone, and I will see you in the next video.